Hi, it's me with another episode of Top 5 of the Week, where I share my top 5 recommendations from the global development community. Please enjoy. First is a report written early on at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, using the International Futures Forecasting Platform to predict the potential impact of COVID-19 in Africa. The potential impacts are analyzed based on income, debt, poverty, and achieving chosen SDG targets up to 2030. The report noted that the pandemic will set back the realization of the 2030 SDGs and Agenda 2063, as it is projected to erase progress made towards fighting poverty. 4 main policy recommendations focused on increasing Africa's resilience and reducing its vulnerability are presented. 1. Strengthen national health systems. 2. Improve access to water and sanitation. 3. Leverage digital technologies to accelerate economic structural transformation. And 4. Good governance with substantial debt relief. From the Brookings Africa Growth Initiative, I recommend a report on climate change, development, and conflict-fragility nexus in the Sahel. The paper is based on the premise that although climate change is contributing to instability and violence within the region, the root cause of the problems is corruption and institutional failures. Global attention is focused on the Sahel region because of growing instability, worsening climate conditions, and poor economic performance that is contributing to increased poverty, instability, and communal violence. Majority of the population in the region is dependent on natural resources, and because climate change is increasingly posing threats to livelihoods dependent on natural resources, long-established rivalries are reinforced and violence continues to occur. Next is a publication that is part of UNECA's initiative to highlight the decade of action and delivery. Earth, Oceans and Skies metaphorically unifies 2 issues, science and gender, as a mighty transformative force in every aspect of our existence. It is a book with multiple goals, the first being to pivot growing efforts to mainstream science, technology and innovation into socio-economic development in Africa. Second, this publication aims to recognize and celebrate the often onerous efforts by numerous women in forging paths and overcoming gender biases in many fields. It also aims to motivate and empower young girls and future leaders who are currently observing from the sidelines of structural gender imbalances. My 4th recommendation is a handbook on gender mainstreaming for gender equality results that reviews the gender mainstreaming strategy and offers guidance regarding its implementation at different levels. The handbook highlights the major concepts, principles, and approaches of gender mainstreaming, as well as the identification of opportunities for organizational change, increasing finance for gender equality, and improving monitoring and evaluation. Although focused on the more traditional areas of development policy and practice, the discussion in the handbook, findings and recommendations regarding effective gender mainstreaming can also be used in humanitarian responses and programs in conflict and peace-building concepts. Last is a report that examines trade in services in Africa and its potential effects. The continent's potential for trade in services, particularly in dynamic knowledge-intensive enterprises, is underutilized. Africa's export potential in traditional services such as tourism is clearly recognized. However, the growing exports of non-traditional services like business services are frequently underestimated. This publication opens up undiscovered prospects in Africa's services trade and also analyzes the regulatory impediments that preclude a services-led revolution as seen in other regions of the world. The publication ends by addressing the role of traditional and new services in economic change, trade diversification, and upgrading. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful week and stay safe.